Welcome back to the Fascia series. I'm Jackie, a degree qualified nutritional therapist and certified Fit Pro with over 18 years of experience. Quick recap if you're just joining us. So in episode 1, we established that fascia isn't passive packaging, it's a living active system with its own estrogen receptors, which means it changes shape and behaviour as your hormones shift through menopause. And in episode 2, we went into the gut and how restricted fascia and gut health are in constant two-way communication, each one able to make the other worse. At the end of that episode, I promise you this one, because I know what everybody actually wants to know. Does any of this connect to weight, to the menopause belly, to fat loss? I'm going to give you my honest answer today, not the answer that sells you something, the answer the research actually supports. And I'll tell you now, it's not a simple yes or no. It's more interesting than that. So let's start with where this question usually comes from. Maybe you've seen it on social media, someone with a foam roller or a hard plastic tool running it aggressively over their stomach or thighs, promising that fascia release or fascia blasting will melt fat, sculpt your waist or fix that menopause belly specifically. It's a compelling idea and it sounds sciencey. It sounds like a shortcut that nobody told you about. So is there anything in it? Well, let's look at how fascia actually connects to your metabolism. Let me give you the 3 genuine mechanisms first. So number 1, fascia affects how efficiently you move. When fascia is stiff and restricted, movement itself becomes harder and less efficient. Muscles have to work through tissue that isn't gliding properly. Over time, that means you move less, you exercise less efficiently, and you burn fewer calories doing the same activities that you used to do without thinking about it. It's not dramatic in any single moment, but it adds up. Number 2, fascia affects your fat tissue directly. And this is the one that genuinely surprised me. In conditions like obesity and insulin resistance, research shows that the connective tissue surrounding your muscles can undergo something called fibroadipogenic remodeling. In simple terms, cells that should be forming healthy connective tissue start shifting towards forming fat cells instead. And this impairs your metabolism and makes fat harder for your body to mobilize and burn. And then number 3, fascia regulates your lymphatic flow. Your lymphatic system is your body's waste removal network and it runs through your fascia. Healthy mobile fascia supports efficient lymphatic drainage. Stiff fibrotic fascia can impair that flow, which contributes to fluid retention, slower waste clearance and reduced ability to mobilize fat. So here's the honest summary of all 3. Unhealthy fascia probably won't cause significant weight gain on its own, but it may quietly blunt your efforts to lose weight by making movement harder, your metabolism less efficient and recovery slower. And that's real, that's not a fad. Notice what it doesn't say. It doesn't say fascia release melts fat. So where does the fad part come in? Here's my honest take, and I think you deserve a straight answer rather than a sales pitch. The claim that you can release your fascia to directly melt fat is not supported by the science. Fascia blasting specifically, using a hard tool aggressively on your skin, has very limited evidence behind it, and a real risk actually of bruising and tissue damage. Expensive fascia release programs promising rapid weight loss are running considerably further ahead than the research actually justifies. So what is actually well supported? Well, foam rolling and myofascial release reduce muscle soreness. Studies show reductions of around 30% in delayed onset soreness after exercise. They also improve short-term range of motion and flexibility and help with pain management in conditions like low back pain, fibromyalgia and plantar fasciitis. And here's a nuance worth understanding because it changes how you think about this. The release you feel from foam rolling probably isn't a mechanical change to your fascia tissue itself. Fascia is remarkably tough. You're unlikely to be physically restructuring it with a foam roller in your living room. What's more likely happening is a neurological response. Your nervous system receives new signals, muscle guarding reduces, and your sense of tension recalibrates. The effect is real, the feeling of release is real. The mechanism is just different to what most marketing implies. So, fad or fact? It's both, depending on which claim you're looking at. The biology connecting fascia to metabolism is fact. The idea that releasing it will melt your menopause belly fat is fad. And what this actually means for you, I want to bring this back to something practical, because understanding the mechanism only matters if it changes what you do. If your fascia is stiff and restricted, and that's making movement harder and metabolism less efficient, then the answer isn't a device or a program promising to melt anything. The answer is the same foundational things that support fascia health generally, the ones we've touched on across the series. Movement that keeps tissue supple, adequate protein, because fascia is built from collagen and collagen needs protein to repair. Hydration, because dehydrated fascia stiffens quickly, and managing the inflammation that we talked about in episode 2, because that inflammation affects fascia, gut and metabolism together, not separately. None of that is exciting marketing copy, but it's what the evidence actually supports. So let me leave you with the 2 big ideas from today. 1, that fascia connects to your metabolism through movement efficiency and through its direct relationship with fat tissue and through lymphatic flow. This is real biology and not marketing. And number 2, the specific claim that releasing your fascia will melt fat or fix that menopause belly on its own is not supported by evidence. What is supported is the same unglamorous foundational approach: movement, protein, hydration, reducing inflammation. And I know that's probably not the answer some of you were hoping for. There's no shortcut hiding in this research, but I'd rather give you the honest picture than sell you something that sounds exciting and doesn't actually work or deliver. So in episode 4, we're going to bring this whole series together into one practical toolkit. Everything we've covered on fascia, on gut health, on metabolism, turned into what you can actually do day to day that genuinely helps. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss it. And if today's video cut through some noise for you, share it with a woman in your life who's been sold the fascia blasting story. She deserves the honest version too. I'll see you in episode 4.